It's Lewis with Fast Cars and Furious Reviews. I'm back with episode 2 with the truck that I feel is actually important to the movie franchise that introduces us to the main key cast that we see in this movie, as well as some of them carry on, being Mia, Letty, and Vince. Vince we see him one more time in Fast 5. But this is the truck that Brian was driving for the Racer's Edge, which he worked for Harry at the time. Even though it does say Brian's Ford F-150 SVT Lightning, this really wasn't Brian's truck. It belonged to the shop. If you've ever worked for a parts store like I have, even though I was driving that truck, it wasn't my truck. It was my company's truck. All right, so I don't really call this Brian's. I consider this more as a cast vehicle to the movies, but it's important because this is where we see Brian show up. He orders his famous tuna sandwich from Mia at their family shop. That's where we see Dom sitting in the back of the shop, just kind of minding his own business, doesn't want to be bothered by anything. And then intro, we have Letty, Vince, Leon, and Jesse all pull in. Vince sees that Brian is there, knows he's probably hitting on Mia because that's who he wants to be his girl too. He's not happy about it, walks in and starts some trouble. Brian gets into a fight with Vince. Dom comes out, pulls him out, makes him stop fighting, and tells Brian that he better get out of there because he's not going to have a job anymore, being that he works for Harry, because he spends a significant amount of money with Harry, and he has that kind of control in the racing scene. Next, we see Brian driving his car back to Harry's shop. Brian walk in. Harry's kind of freaking out over the fact that he might lose Dom as a customer. Brian tells him, don't worry about it, it's fine. I need bottles of Nas for his Eclipse, which we covered in the last episode. We don't see this truck again until later on, after Brian's already lost his race to Dom, after he showed up with the Supra on the back of a trailer, and Jesse has to tell Dom, no, this is a 10-second car that he owes you. We just have to make it a 10-second car. Well, that's where we see this truck again. You see that they have more than enough parts that there's actually boxes stacked up and parts hanging off the side. It's actually kind of a little bit of a funny thing that they ordered that many parts and were able to make it fit just in the back of the bed here, which honestly at the time trucks made then, you had 2 doors and you had your bed. There's a lot more room and space to actually fit all that stuff. But I do feel this as a crucial part of the story because we do see this truck a couple times. It is what Vince saw as knowing that Brian was there talking to Mia, as well as it's that next scene that introduces us to the rest of that cast that we see carry on through that movie, as well as carry on through others. But next time we'll go a little bit deeper into some of the other cars. There's going to be a lot more information to share, and we'll continue on this journey. So I'll see you guys next episode.